I'm trying. There we go. There we go. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. We're a little. There we go. We're good. We are good. Do. I'm just waiting for an email. It still hasn't come. Great. It's gonna be a slow start. It's gonna be a slow start. Let's try some. Still nothing. Still nothing. Getting nervous. Nope. Mm-mm. I don't. We're gonna figure it out. Don't worry. I'm figuring it out. I just need like a minute. A minute. Hello, happy Sunday, Rock. Okay. It's worked. It worked. Alright. Hello, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. If you signed up for my brand new free newsletter, it just should have hit your inbox right now. You're the first to see it. So, it'll evolve over time. It's issue number 1. Let me start. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery, where I make mead every single week. Every single Saturday, I come out with a brand new batch of mead with a recipe I've never made before. I don't replicate recipes, and I don't miss Saturdays. Yesterday's was my peach and plum mead that I made in honor of the Norse goddess Hel. It was my Hel mead, and more so, I just right now launched my brand new free weekly newsletter. Has a little bit of a recap of last week, a little tease of next week, and this recipe for free. All you have to do is give me your email. It's up in my link tree. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. I'm going to do that every single week. Every single Sunday, I'll shoot you a brand new newsletter that will have that Saturday's recipe in it. So you can make it yourself. You can polish it, make it your own. I would love to see it if you twist it and tweak it to what you want. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. If you don't know what mead is, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world, independently discovered by many different countries and cultures. The oldest evidence is from the Southern Africa region, over 20,000 years old. It's hard to put your brain around that, 20,000 years. What else has been that old? Don't say your mother-in-law. Don't do it. Before that, there's evidence in China, about 10,000 years. Obviously, evidence in Central America. And, of course, Northern Europe, where the Vikings traded it, made it super famous, did it better than everybody else. But what that means is, regardless of who you are or where you're from, your ancestors drank mead. Somewhere down your lineage, there's somebody really awesome, and they love you. They love you from upstairs or downstairs. I don't know where they are. And you can be as cool as they are by making your own mead. And you can be really cool in your friends group. I show you exactly how I do it every single Saturday. Brand new batch. I show you, the video is from beginning to end. So those portions of the video are recorded months and months before you see them. I show you the entire process. And then the recipe is free. I've always put it in the description. But now I will send it straight to you in my weekly newsletter. That just went out this morning, issue number 1. I'm very excited about it. It is launch day. I had a lot of signups, and I'm very excited. It should have just hit your email right when I started this live. It should be awesome. So hopefully you signed up. Mead is the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world. It's actually made in a very similar fashion as wine, except we use grapes for the fermentation process instead of honey. We use honey for the fermentation process instead of grapes. So it's really delicious. It's really delicious. And then every single combination, obviously in between, exists. I make a brand new batch. This is batch 141. Every single recipe is absolutely new and an experiment to me. It's all brand new. I don't ship. I don't sell legally. I am not licensed to sell, but I did the next best thing. I show you exactly how I make it, and I give you the recipes for free. It costs zero money. Zero money from me. You have to buy your own equipment and your own ingredients, but you can do this at home and make your own alcohol at home. Yep. Every single week I show you a brand new batch. In addition to that, every single Wednesday I am right here live, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to show you a different step of the mead making process live. I will be starting a brand new batch, so you'll see it from the very beginning this coming Wednesday. That whole process will take less than 10 minutes, and it is my main goal here to show you the simplicity of mead making, really get you interested in this amazing hobby and awesome community, and then you can take off from there. There's lots of steps that I skip on camera that I do behind the scenes on some of my own batches. Every single batch that you see on my channels, though, are 100% authentic. I don't try them until you're seeing that video of it. It's awesome. Shine is awesome. I'm intimidated by it, though. It seems dangerous. You can still sign up for the newsletter. I am gonna, I've been trying to figure it out, and I think I have it figured out. I will send issue 1 back out later in the week for all the people that did not hear about it, because I kind of just soft launched it last week. So issue number 1 just came out. It just hit email boxes about 7 a.m. Right when I started this. But if you sign up today or next couple days, I will send it out again later in the week. And then every Sunday going forward, you'll receive the issue. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. I mean, I don't distill stuff, but it's that would be shining, and yeah, I'm intimidated by that. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. If you're just jumping in, thank you so much for letting me be here. Happy Sunday morning. Good morning. I'm talking about mead and drinking some coffee, much needed coffee. Probably drank a little too much last night. Stayed up too late, and I got a lot to do today. Creamsicle shine. That sounds absolutely amazing. Maybe we can work out a trade. Maybe we can work out a trade. Hello, hello, hello. I am enjoying some coffee and chit-chatting to you about mead or anything else you want to talk about. It is Sunday morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just launched my newsletter. That's what I'm going to be talking about a lot. This is my peach and plum mead that I just showed you how to make yesterday. Go back and watch those videos if you haven't already. Make sure and comment on it so I see you there. It is awesome. It's inspired by the Norse goddess Hel. I had a lot of fun making it. I had a lot of fun learning about Hel and her realm of the same name. It was a lot of fun. Hello, hello. Been making mead for past 3 years. Any tips? It sounds like you already know what you're doing. Hello. Yeah, having fun is definitely the most part. Rogue is absolutely right there. Every single batch I do is an experiment for me. I don't replicate recipes. So, polishing like skills or recipes is not my forte. So it's hard for me to give advice when you're like really trying to improve, because every single batch I do is new to me. I will tell you, I am more skilled in the process. I know yeast strands, I know the time frames, I know equipment, because I've used that stuff over and over and over again. But if you're looking for any advice, Rogue already nailed it. Have fun. If you don't have fun, you're not going to want to keep doing it. Stay away from some of the toxic portions of the community that are on another platform. That would be my biggest advice. Have fun. It should be your go-to. I wouldn't say meat. Well, most of the stuff I make is between like 13 and 15% on average. So it's very. It'll sneak up on. It'll sneak, especially if it's one of the sweeter ones or it's good. It'll. Yeah. Before you know it, you'll be like, I want some more of that, and then that cascades the problem. Ah. Hello, hello, hello. The temperature range largely depends on your yeast strain. If you There's a yeast chart floating out there. It's in the Discord. There's a link to a Discord that my good buddy Scott made. There's a yeast chart in there as well if you can't find it on Google. But it has the yeast strands that are commonly used for winemaking and mead making. It also has their flavor palettes, their alcohol tolerances, and their temperature tolerances on there. It's a great way to do it. I keep this room at 69 degrees. Mostly for funny purposes, so I can say it, but also that's right in the range. The yeast that I use is like 68 to 72 is where it really peaks. A lot of that depends on what's inside your meat as well, though. So, hello, hello, hello. Hangover? Well, this hangover is from whiskey. It is from whiskey. And that's, that's probably my typical one. Hi, Dennis. Did you check your email? You should have gotten it. I know it's like populating automatically. It's populating automatically, like on some mobile devices, depending on it's PDF friendly or not. I went back and forth on what format to send it on. PDF is where I landed because I think it's more neutral that way. But yeah. I never use anything to clarify except for time. That's one big thing. Like you see this one that I made yesterday. Not clear at all. This is pretty common. Anytime I've done a peach batch, I've always had this problem. There's some actual science behind that you can find from better and smarter creators than me, like Homebrew City can tell you. But I don't know. No, I do own some stuff. I'll show you. The most common thing, I think I have it here. I might not have it here. I might have spoke too soon. Oh yeah, I do. This is the bentonite. I don't know. It's like a clay substance you can put it in. I've used it a few times behind the scenes. I've never done a batch on camera with it, and I really didn't see any like outstanding results that would make me want to use it. So my famous saying is, I think you should. You need one or two things if you're gonna make mead. You need patience. It's incredibly important. Mead takes a long time if you want to do it properly. Or, since I don't have any patience, you need lots of carboys. I make everything in a 2-gallon fermenting bucket, and then I transfer it when fermentation is complete into a 1-gallon glass carboy. The more carboys you have, the faster you can, fill those up while everything else is settling. So that's a good way to get around worrying about clarifying. Get a lot of carboys and then just make mead. That way you stay entertained. You can entertain yourself while things are clarifying. It's the best way to do it that I've found. Or maybe you have a lot of patience. I don't know. I think you're weird if you do. It might work for you. Hello, hello, hello. And a very understanding wife. That doesn't scrutinize your credit card bills. He's even more important. Who offered you a partnership? I want to know all about this. So, yeah, I mean, getting my license is obviously something I'd love to do. It is incredibly difficult and expensive. So who knows? I hope that these are stepping stones towards opening a commercial meadery. We're working on it. We're working on it. But it is in the distant future as of right now. Amazon deliveries. Hello, good morning. It is illegal to sell. However, yeah, sometimes I give some stuff away. That's not necessarily legal unless you ship it. I will say we are in the very early stages of planning a Mead Fest in Maryland next September. So if you're in the area or you want a vacation in Maryland, we're going to hit the Renaissance Festival for a weekend that's yet to be determined, probably September-ish. And then we're going to find a place to party, probably a campsite really close to it, and rock out and encourage everybody to bring some mead and just share and have some good times. So stay tuned. Hopefully some details will roll out in the next couple months. It's going to be a blast, though. I'm already starting to put bottles aside to take to it. The last one I attended in Michigan was like, I don't know, 60 bottles or something I took. But it's gonna be fun. Gonna be a lot of fun, I think. Hello, welcome to the Old Gods Mead. If you're just jumping in, I make mead every single week. I come with a brand new batch of mead every single Saturday. Yesterday's was my peach and plum mead that I made, inspired by the Norse goddess Hel. I had a lot of fun learning about her and her realm of the same name, and yeah, pretty good mead out of it. It's really dry, really shocked me. Not clear. It's not clear. I drank it anyway. Still delicious. If you like dry stuff. If you don't like dry stuff, you probably wouldn't like this one. And the recipe is absolutely free. It's in the videos. It's in the description of the videos. And if you sign up for my newsletter, it's in the newsletter as well that I just sent out this morning. Issue number 1. I'm very excited about it. Kind of soft launched it a couple days ago. Issue number 1 just released this morning. If you missed it, I am going to send a second round of it later this week. So give me your email. It's up in my link tree. The very top thing on there is just signing up, giving me your email, and I will shoot you a brand new newsletter every single week for free. Every single Sunday, it'll include a recap of everything that I've done, a little bit of teaser, what's coming up, and the recipes of my meads. Absolutely free. All I want is for you to try to replicate it and have a good time. It is absolutely free. I'm doing it for a couple reasons. One, probably the most important, and this is really, really transparent. We don't know what the future of social media is on the TikTok side. As of right now, they're still shutting down in January. So I want to really retain as much of the community. YouTube is already super established, so watch lots of YouTube videos of mine. They look for watch hours on YouTube, so it's really important to watch YouTube. But secondly, it's a great way for us to connect. I can send you the recipes. You can print them out and do whatever you want with them, and hopefully tweak them and make them better. But it's going to be a huge stepping stone. I'm incredibly excited about it. So yeah, definitely sign up for the newsletter. YouTube channel's under the same name, The Old Gods Meadery. So YouTube tracks just watch hours. And in the very small corner of the newsletters, I'm going to be super transparent about my goals on both platforms. So I'm showing you exactly where the stats are that I'm tracking. And, you know, issue number 1 shows you where we're starting off. And we'll see. We'll see where it goes and how much it grows per week. But like I said, I'm incredibly excited about it. I'm incredibly honored to share what I love with you. And the second, I didn't even get to the second reason. The second reason is equally as important to me. There are some really great mead making creators out there, especially on the TikTok side, but they exist, on both platforms. that are really money hungry, and everybody would love to make money, of course, doing something they love. But it really drives at me, and I think the little community that I'm in, um, this is such an amazing hobby, and it's an ancient hobby, and it's something that can you really unite people. And if you really explore the history of mead, it's from all over the planet. The Vikings were one of the last people to discover it. People kind of think mead and they associate themselves with Vikings. It was independently discovered all over the world, and it's really cool. It's really cool. And there's people out there that charge you for the recipes. I'm not against cookbooks or whatever you want to do, but when you put out like a weekly recipe and it's mimicked from somebody else and they're charging you for like a Google sign in, well, I like that. Thank you. um, it gets under my skin. It gets under my skin. So join my free weekly newsletter. I promise I won't spam you. One email per Sunday, and it has the recipes that I'm making. This recipe for my Hell's Mead is in it. It's free. So health benefits. I will say, I mean, alcohol obviously is controversial when it comes to health. Obviously, minimizing it. But what I will tell you, when you make your own stuff in a very serious fashion, you know exactly what's in it. So I will tell you, I would challenge that the mead that I make is probably more healthy than something you find lots of unnatural ingredients in that you would buy from a beer or liquor store. And honey itself is incredibly healthy. So there you go. I appreciate that, Andrew. Thank you. Now, if you want to be as cool as Dennis, Mr. Andrew, hit like the just play next button on my actual playlists before you go to bed every night, so we get like 8 hours worth of watch hours. I will tell you, like I've always posted my stuff on YouTube, but it's been more of a secondary thing for me. I used it more to archive because TikTok's is very limited when it comes to looking at other stuff. However, I've started understanding the YouTube side a lot more, and I'm starting to focus some of the algorithm a little bit better. So, Dennis, I was predicting the future that you're going to do that. Yeah, frozen fruit is always the best. Whether you buy it fresh and then freeze it, or you buy it in the frozen section, it's always better, especially in the berries. Always use frozen stuff. Hello, Boston tea mead. Um, I made a Boston tea mead relatively recently. I would say that I use about 2.5 grams of yeast per gallon. If you have the typical wine packets, those are about 5 grams. So the wine yeast packets, I really need to bring one of those down and like keep it with me. Oh, it was my well, yeah, awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. But the use of like half of one of those packets. Um, did it taste like yeast or something, or? But that's pretty cool. I really appreciate that. Dennis, did you look at the newsletter? I mean, that's awesome. Like, I wish I had like a source of honey that was local and cheap. I would love to support some local honey, but it's incredibly expensive. 12-hour shifts. I'm sorry. Mm. All right, Dennis. Shoot me a text later. I want to know. I want to know your opinion. And I'm gonna try to aim. I was a little nervous about it, so I scheduled it to launch when I was starting this. So it was scheduled to launch at 7 a.m. this morning. That time is not permanent. Like that's probably when I'll send it out in the future because that's typically when I go live on Sunday mornings. Um, but yeah, I'm very excited about it. Make sure and sign up for my free newsletter. It's in my profile, the very top thing on my link tree. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Old God's Meadery, where I make mead every single week, every single Saturday. I come out with a brand new batch of mead. It's always brand new. I don't replicate recipes, and I don't miss Saturdays. Yesterday's was my peach and plum mead, inspired by the Norse goddess Hel. I learned a lot about Hel and her realm of the same name. And I made a peach and plum mead in her honor. I think it's pretty good. It's dry. I like dry stuff. It's really dry. It's not very. It didn't clear. It didn't clarify at all, but that's okay. Tastes fine. I like it. So make sure and watch those videos because they just launched yesterday. Comment on them so I know you were there. And thank you so much for letting me share what I love to do. It's very exciting. This coming week is going to be the last of my 13 Colonies meads. I've spoke a little bit about this before. I started the 13 Colonies mead. I was going to make one per state of the original 13 Colonies. I had some fun doing it. I thought it was a great idea going into it. And it just didn't get any traction. It didn't get any traction from you guys. I didn't have a lot of fun doing it. It's just like... I don't know. It kind of fell off. So obviously there was a couple in the pipeline when I made that decision to nix that idea. But the very last one, Rhode Island, will come out this Saturday. And it's actually going to be a good one. I'm really excited to try it. And then, yeah, that'll be the last one. And then I will archive all of those meads. And we will continue with the other three categories, just rotating pending holidays. But every single Saturday, I will still come out with a brand new batch of mead. Don't worry. Every single Saturday. I've never missed a Saturday since I started this journey. Batch 141 came out yesterday. So every single one is brand new. Those are 141 separate, completely different recipes. Hello, Saber. Why are you questioning if you're here, though? Saber, you should have got the email, hopefully. I'm just hoping it doesn't go to, like, junk folders or whatever. Yeah, I try to go every Sunday morning at about 7 a.m. I'm usually up Sundays. You know, when you have little gremlins running around the house, the only time you get to yourself is you have to get up before they do. So I do a little bit of recording and editing every Sunday morning because it's typically a day off. And I like to go live just to kind of see what everybody thought of yesterday's mead. My peach and plum mead that came out yesterday. I hope you saw it. I hope everybody saw it. If you didn't, go back and watch it. Comment on those videos, please. Please, please, please. And then sign up for the weekly newsletter if you haven't already. There's a link up in my link tree. It's the very top thing on there. And it's going to be exciting. The future is going to be exciting. How do you know it's wrong already? If it's a Christmas mead, unless it's a complete already? I have a really fun Christmas mead coming up. But I'm not going to ruin it for you guys. But I have a really fun one coming up. I'm actually going to have 3 amazing holiday weeks in a row. We're going to do our Yule mead, Christmas mead, and then our New Year's mead. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope she is. And you actually made me feel a lot better about it with your comment. Maybe it is perfect. Maybe I was wrong all along. I like it. Hello, hello, hello. Let me know where you're from if you're just jumping in. Welcome to the Old God's Meter. It is 7:30 here on the East Coast. I'm in the Maryland, the state of Maryland. It's little but mighty. I wish I was in Texas. It's probably a lot warmer there. We had some off-season, warm days here this week, and then it got really cold. When I say really cold, like 50s, which is too cold for me. I don't like it. Maine, it's probably colder there, so I'm not going to complain to you. Probably a lot colder there. I'm probably used to it. I can't wait to see your Linganore review. If you don't follow Dennis, please follow Dennis already. He's an amazing mead maker. He just got started this year, right? And he's already outperforming me, making some really amazing stuff. And he's doing some awesome review videos. So I know he got this bottle of Linganore mead. This is my favorite commercial mead. He bought some bottles and showed me some pictures of them. It's my favorite mead. If you don't want to make mead yourself, this is my go-to if you want to try mead. It's from a place called Linganore Wine Cellars. That is their exact website too, LinganoreWineCellars.com. I have no affiliation with them. They're a local place to me. But they supply our Maryland Renaissance Festival with mead every year with this mead recipe, and it's fantastic. It's a sweet mead. It's semi-sweet to sweet. It's just a honey wine. So it's a great introduction, and it's only like $15 a bottle. You can't go wrong with it. Freezing with snow? No. No, thank you. No, thank you. Mm-mm. Sleepland. I have like half a bottle of the old one. They just changed their labels. That's what he's referencing there. This is their brand new one. That's why it's still full, because I haven't opened it yet. They just changed their labels over to get a little more fancy, I think. I mean, the Ren Fair, they bring them in kegs, so I don't think we'll see it. I think I'm pretty sure they had them in kegs last year. So I don't, but we'll find out. We'll find out together. Nice waterfalls. The further north you go, like the more beautiful, and especially when you get away from the cities and stuff. Obviously, and blueberries, my favorite fruit of all time, and maple. Who doesn't love maple? Oak barrels, that's awesome. They sell like little gallon ones. They also make there's some newer stuff too where you can age. It's really common or really growing in like the bourbon industry, but some stuff that you can use, like chips that you can use to age stuff that you just put in like a vessel instead of having the actual barrel. You got the newsletter? Yes. So it did work. It will evolve over time. It's my issue #1. I'm really excited about it. I did put a lot of thought and time into it and what I wanted to share. So like I said, it'll evolve over time. But if you didn't sign up for my free my free weekly newsletter, please do. I will send a second round of it later this week, so it'll catch time up, because I just kind of soft launched it the other day. And then every Sunday going forward. So issue #2 will come out next Sunday. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. But I'm really excited about it. I can't wait. I can't wait to see where it goes. And like I said, I'm incredibly honored to share what I love with you. And it is my very small thank you to just give you the recipes for free. So, you got to buy your own equipment, your own ingredients, But if you want to replicate my recipes, I'm giving them to you for free. You can print them out from your email. A s'mores mead was like the s'mores mead I made was one of my favorite like gimmicky meads. I had a lot of fun making it. It came out fantastic, better than like my expectations. Yep, check out my link tree up on my profile. The very top thing in the link tree is a sign up for the newsletter. And just got to submit your email, and I'll start shooting it to you every single week. Yeah, you can't get free carbohydrates from the newsletter. I can send you pictures of them, though. You can get free pictures of of carboys. But but thank you for signing up if you have, and thank you for signing up if you haven't, because I know you're going to. If you're just jumping in, welcome to the Old Guys Meadery. I make mead every single Saturday. I come out with a brand new batch of mead with a recipe I've never made before. And now I launched my free newsletter. So it'll come out every Sunday. It'll have that recipe for free in it every single week. If you go back to the last bunches of meads videos, the recipes are free there in the description. Anyway, I'm going to continue to do that. But you will have a nice, easy, printable version in the newsletter. All you gotta do is submit your email and I'll shoot it straight to you. I don't sell your emails, don't worry. I'm not soliciting anything. I'm not arguing about things being crooked tonight. On Wednesdays, I will. Every single Wednesday, what's up, Mr. Miami? Every single Wednesday, I go live right here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to show you a different step of the mead making process live, and I'm really excited about it. This coming Wednesday will be a brand new batch of mead. I'll be starting a brand new batch of mead. It's secret. It's a secret. Yeah, if you get contacted by a Nigerian prince, it's really me. Make sure and submit your social security number along with your credit card statement, including the CVC on the back, please. That would be the fastest way to get this job done. You also have to pay me in Bitcoin. Portions of Bitcoin. Every single Wednesday we do argue if it's straight or not. Sweet. The newsletter's working. I love it. You guys were like, you know, the initial run. I'm so excited it worked. I was nervous. I'm nervous with anything like technology-wise, but I had it just scheduled to send out the same time I was starting this live today, so I'm so glad it worked. I'm way more confident in it now, so who knows where it's going to grow to. You got the very first edition. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be here Wednesday. Every Wednesday. I've had to cancel a couple of those for like crazy emergencies, but historically, every single Wednesday I'll be here 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. Sometimes I'm a little grumpy because I'm tired and I'm only going to get, like mentally, I know I'm only going to get like 4 hours of sleep before I got to go back to work. But I always have a blast, so it makes it worth it. It is the best community in the world. You make extract? I have a buddy that like was talking about it, but like that's awesome. Yep. If you want to print out your newsletters, I will sign them. I don't think that'll ever be worth anything though. If it is, please sell it and make some money off of it. But I mean, if I got that famous, I would be humble enough that I would fly you guys all out to Maryland for the mead meet. But you know, who knows? My goal, obviously, all jokes aside, is to open up a commercial meadery with my good buddies. Hopefully, we can get that done in the future. Right now, just gonna give you everything I have for free, which is my recipes, my methods, my opinions, all of it's for free. If you really want to support what I do, I have an Etsy shop. You can buy some amazing mead t-shirts. Or I have some mead journals on Amazon. They're legit. Hard copy and soft copy on Amazon. You can record your own recipes every single week and keep track of it, and then pass that physical copy down to your kin. Yeah, I mean, if the barter system ever comes back and you know how to make mead, we're going to be in good shape. We're going to be in really good shape. "9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time." No, I'm drinking coffee now. I'm dealing with a little bit of a whiskey headache from last night. I only drink in the mornings twice a year. Easter morning and Christmas morning. Both of those I like to get up and make a homemade Irish coffee and enjoy the morning with a good old Irish coffee. Any other time you see me this early, it's black coffee. I don't even treat myself to cream because black coffee, you know, helps the hangover a little bit better. It's also a little bit of a punishment. Hey, you earned this one, dude. So, black coffee it is. It's in my really cool Old Gods Meadery tumbler, though. Yeah, I mean, I always drink black coffee. Like, every morning I drink black coffee. If I go out, like, you know, to Dunkies or Starbucks, occasionally I'll engage in a little treat. But for the most part, black coffee. And it's got to be crappy black coffee. Like, in all seriousness, it's got to be like Folgers or gas station coffee. If you get black coffee from, like, a restaurant, it's gross. Not like a mom and pop restaurant. Those are always good. But like, black coffee from Starbucks is probably the worst coffee I've ever had in my life. It just is. It's gross. I don't know. Like, that's why their other drinks are, like, so popular, because they have to put so much crap in it to make it drinkable. I got off on a tangent. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. If you're just jumping in, I make mead every single week. No sugar. No sugar, no cream. I don't drink tea often, but I do love me some hot tea. I'm not a big fan. Like, if I go to a restaurant and they happen to have unsweetened tea, that's a treat to me too. I don't drink anything really with sugars in it other than whiskey. I typically drink water. I don't drink sodas or anything like that. If I go to a restaurant though and I'm just not feeling it that day, like, unsweetened tea is my go-to. I love hot tea, but I typically drink coffee. Woo. Good morning. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Yesterday's Hell Mead was awesome. This is a peach and plum mead. I showed you exactly how I made it in the video. The recipe is free in the description, and it's free in the newsletter that I just launched today. If you did not sign up already, if you sign up today or the next couple of days, I will be sending out a second wave of it later this week. And then every Sunday going forward, you will receive a free newsletter that'll have a little bit of a recap of my week, a little bit of tease of the coming week, and the free recipe of that Saturday. So, like, this Hell Mead, the recipe's in issue number 1. I do not keep bees. I talk about this a lot because I would love to. I actually have enough land that I could. I'm unskilled in it, and I don't have enough time right now. So hopefully, in the future, I would love to do that. Mead is made in a very similar fashion as wine, except we use honey for the fermentation process instead of grapes. What the fermentation process does, though, is it removes sugars. So yeast eats sugars, and it produces two things: carbon dioxide, which leaks out into the atmosphere, and alcohol, which stays in your liquid. So if you imagine wine being a fruit, like usually a grape, that's had the sugars either removed or diluted because of the alcohol, your mead will taste like that with honey. So there you go. It's a honey wine. So if you like honey, you'll probably like mead. There's no need to send me any gifts. Just be awesome, contribute to the community, and we are going to grow together. I mean, I think most of the stuff tastes good. Sometimes I fail, though. I've made some really bad batches. The most recent one, it makes me gag when I talk about it, so give me a second. Old Bay mead. If you don't know what Old Bay is, you're probably not from the East Coast, but Old Bay is really huge here in Maryland. It's a seasoning that's mostly put on blue crabs, but it's pretty common on seafood in general. Some of these crazy Marylanders, including my son, puts the crap on everything. I don't dislike it, but I definitely don't go out of my way to use it. I made a mead out of it, and it was really gross. Really gross. Really gross. Yeah, like Marylanders definitely will put it on chicken. Old Bay chicken wings is a really big thing you can get at most restaurants around here now. That's a big one. Like I said, I don't dislike it. If you're not familiar, like I guess the main reason you use Old Bay is for Maryland blue crabs out of the Chesapeake Bay. Blue crabs are steamed, and they're usually covered so densely in Old Bay that your fingers just get covered with it, and that's actually what seasons the stupid crab. Because you break the crab apart and eat the insides. The Old Bay's on the outside. It's a weird Maryland thing. I don't know. I'm not from here, but it's actually like a huge social event. So like if you happen to relocate and live in Maryland, you have to learn how to do it. It's like one of their laws. I don't know. Or if you know somebody from Maryland, they'd be insulted if you did not partake in this tradition. But you work really hard. You kind of cut your fingers. You learn where all your little minor, like microscopic cuts are, because the Old Bay stings. You get a little tiny bit of meat that's okay. It's not even great. But you socialize. You socialize. I don't know. It's a Maryland thing. I would much rather have like a crab cake, which you know are also very plentiful in this area. Crab dip. You give me some crab dip and some soft pretzels all day long. Picking crabs, it's a social thing. I don't know. I would argue crawfish are much easier to like pick apart and eat, but yeah, I don't know. My favorite meat I've ever made was this blueberry one. It's actually right here. This is my batch 66. It's blueberry. The exact recipe is 1 gallon water, 3 pounds of honey. Excuse me, I got choked up about that Old Bay. 3 pounds of honey, 3 pounds of frozen, this is really important, frozen, defrosted, brought to room temperature blueberries, 2.5 grams of yeast, and 2 grams of yeast nutrient. So just those ingredients. Freezing fruit before you use it, and then defrosting it actually breaks down the outer membranes, especially in the berries side of fruits, and it becomes more of a syrup. It's something that you would put on like pancakes. But that will give you a much better color and a much better flavor, much more intense flavor every single time. By far my favorite. It's cliche because it's so simplistic, but it's my favorite. It is very easy to make too. You can make this stuff yourself. You can be the coolest person in your little friend group. Make your own alcohol at home. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the Old Gods Meter. If you're just jumping in, we're just chit-chatting about mead and other things. Yeah, sometimes just being simple. My Epic Strawberry is a lot of fun too. Very similar one. This is my batch 100. I was really proud of this. Same recipe, except it's 3 pounds of strawberries, frozen, defrosted, brought to room temperature strawberries. But look, I wanted to do so. My main goal here is to show the simplicity of mead making. That's what I really go out of my way to try to do. I skip some of the steps that you see some other big creators use. I don't clarify anything. I just use time. I don't like cold crash. I don't have any chemical. I don't have any additives. I don't use my hydrometer. That's controversial. But I was like, for my 100th batch, I have to do something awesome. It has to be epic. But it still has to be simple. And I struggled a lot with it, and I came up with your 100th batch strawberry epic mead. Look at it. Look at it. It looks like the galaxy, right? This is that exact same recipe as the blueberry with a little bit of edible glitter added to it. It's gimmicky, but it's awesome. Look, look, it's awesome. It's so incredibly easy to make too. You can make that yourself. Just use time. That's what I do. No, I have a hydrometer. It's right here. I don't like to talk about it. It's stupid. So the hydrometer will it's the only way really to tell how much alcohol content is in your mead. And what you do is hey, thank you. That's pretty cool. You fill this up with your mead before you add the yeast to it. So after you put the concoction together, you drop this hydrometer in here. It will float. It's got a certain weight into it. It'll float. You spin it around. You wait forever. Make sure there's no bubbles on it. And then you record the number. There's little numbers nicked on here. You record that number. And then you repeat the process, the proper way to do it. You repeat the process 2 more times. So after the fermentation's done, you do that again. Because alcohol weighs a lot less than water. So you'll get a different number. And then you wait a couple days and you do it a 3rd time. If numbers 2 and 3 match, that means the mead has stopped fermenting. So you can take those 2 numbers, number 1 and number 3, put it into an equation, and it'll tell you exactly how much alcohol is in your mead. I don't like doing it. It's tedious. It drives me nuts. It's very easy to mess up when it comes to like recording the numbers because the numbers are tiny on there. My old eyes don't see that well. Lots of mead makers use that though. I'm not saying don't use it. I use it on the back end sometimes, behind the scenes, especially if I'm switching yeast strains because I want to know where that yeast strain is going to drop. But yeast strains themselves have like a alcohol tolerance, is what it's called. So when that yeast eats as much sugar as it can, and there's the level of alcohol peaks out, that yeast cannot reproduce anymore, so it stops. So I know where that yeast range is, or the alcohol tolerance is on the yeast I use, so I know I can tell you about where it is without doing all that hard work. I just turned 22 this year, and I turn 22 again next year too. But thank you. What's up? Any older types of like elderberries? I've done elderberry. Elderberry is probably really close to tied to first for my favorite meat of all time. $23. I'm insulted. I feel 22. Yeah, did somebody ask about things blowing up? My orange Jolly Rancher mead popped the corks. Hello, Bourbon Berry. I did turn 22 last year, yes. And? Mint mead, I just came out with one. Let me, my computer shut down, hold on. I did a really refreshing mead off the Norse God. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find it here for you. Yeah, for the Norse God Freyr, I made a mint cucumber and lemon mead that came out fantastic. That was just batch 137, so it's just over a month ago. You should be able to find that video. It's in the Norse playlist. How many times have I turned 22? I don't know. I lost count. A couple at least, though. Bourbon Berry is a celebrity. If you don't know anything about bourbon, or you want to learn everything about bourbon, Bourbon Berry's the guy to follow. And he's incredibly humble and awesome. An awesome human being. Gave me lots of advice. A mentor. And I like to call him a good friend. Follow Bourbon Berry. Yeah, growing your own spices, like that's, I mean, you are top tier. You're like top tier. You're outshining the rest of us. And I think like spiced stuff is really like underused in the meat making community. I've made some really awesome spice stuff. Um, a few ingredients that I like to keep on hand. I'll show you because I think that they're really underutilized. Cinnamon sticks, I think everybody uses, right? I always keep cinnamon sticks on hand. Nutmeg is a good one. This guy, always good stuff. Cinnamon sticks, always have cinnamon sticks. I have a few cinnamon sticks. I used this Szechuan pepper. Came out really awesome one time. The possibilities are endless. Batch 141 came out yesterday, and I've never replicated a recipe. The first one, the Star Anise. This guy here. Good stuff. Good stuff. And then extracts. Extracts are always fun. This is my cheesecake extract. If you don't own this, this will change your life. Cheesecake extract. I have a marshmallow extract that I put in my s'mores mead. There's fake cinnamon out there? Is that real? Cloves are another great one. Yeah, cloves are really potent, though. You got to be careful with cloves. Don't use too many cloves. They're incredibly potent. I am American. And I'm simulcasting on TikTok as well. TikTok and YouTube. Simulcasting. I haven't heard that. I'm going to look into that, Richard. That's kind of scary, actually. That is kind of scary. I would like to think that like some of the bigger brands, like it's real, right? McCormick or some of the bigger brands like that. I just use time for clarifying. That's it. Just time. There's a couple of methods. There's some stuff you can add in the primary. Will actually, like a clay substance that will drop your stuff a little bit faster. You can cold crash. You can put it in like a fridge. And theoretically that slows down particles and makes them drop. But I just use time. And not everything clarifies. This is my Hell Mead that came out yesterday. It was clarifying for about 4 months, just over 4 months, and you see, nothing. Nothing. Still good, though. Still good. right, guys, 8 o'clock. I'm going to start wrapping stuff up. I had a lot of fun this morning. A lot more than I would have if I wasn't here, that's for sure. I've got some stuff to work on, some stuff to edit. If you did not sign up for my newsletter, sign up. I will send a second wave of my very first issue of my newsletter out later this week. And then every Sunday going forward, I'll send out a new issue, a free newsletter. It has a recap of everything I've done in the MEAD world for that week, a little bit of a tease for the following week, and then the recipes for the MEADs are absolutely free. I really want to say thank you to the community and, snuff out some of those creators that are charging you for stuff. So sign up for my free newsletter. There's a link up in my link tree. I will be back here live Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be starting a brand new batch of MEAD. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a secret. You have to come back Wednesday and find out. And then this coming Saturday, you're the first to know because my agenda doesn't come out till tomorrow, unless you saw the newsletter. Next Saturday is my last of my 13 Colonies MEAD, my Rhode Island MEAD. It should be a lot of fun, though. I'm very excited about it. Then I'm going to archive that category. And then all the future MEADs will rotate in the one of 3 categories that I'm doing. I do pop culture stuff, which is a lot of fun. If you've missed any of those, go back. My favorite one has been the Thundercats MEAD. I made a Thundercats MEAD. The most recent one, though, I did was my Indiana Jones MEAD, my pomegranate MEAD that I just came out with last week. It was a lot of fun. I also do holiday MEADs. Every major holiday, I just made a candy corn MEAD for Halloween. So that's obviously a lot of fun. Thanksgiving will be your next one of those. And then I have, December is going to be awesome. I have Yule, I have Christmas, and I have New Year's back to back to back those weeks. And then my last category is my Norse gods and goddesses MEAD. I try to study a Norse god or goddess and then make a MEAD that is inspired by them and hopefully worthy of their attention. This is my Hell MEAD that I came out with yesterday. Peach and plums MEAD. Awesome. It's awesome. So go back and watch how I did it. The recipe is free in the description and free in the first issue of my newsletter. So stay tuned. I've got lots of awesome stuff coming your way. But sign up for the newsletter. You'll be the first to know all the cool new news. So thank you so much for letting me be here. I hope you have an amazing day. Do me a favor. Go way out of your way today. Make a stranger smile. Make the world a little bit better. And we can do this together. So unite the world through MEAD. I'll see you guys all real soon. Shoot me a direct message if you need anything at all. I answer all of them. Skull. Thank you so much for letting me be here. See you soon.